Casper. So Casper is the future-proof blockchain. They launched in 2021. It was quite an inopportune time for them to launch. Basically, they launched at the peak of like the first wave of the bull cycle. So their price action and their chart looks grim. But this is a heavily backed crypto project. It's also backed and been referenced by the World Economic Forum. Not a fan, by the way. So we'll talk about what this can hit in the next bull cycle. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins because I expected them to make me good money. You can see what the prices of all these coins were when I recorded my videos. You can also see the highs that all these coins hit less than a year and a half on. It was about 16 or 17 months on, and what the profit would have been from $100 into each one. And if you had thrown $100 into every single one when I released the videos, and then you sat on them for 16 to 17 months and then sold them, your total profit from them would have been over 123 grand. Now, I sold all of these. We had the market crash, and since the market crash, I have been buying up new coins. These are coins that I think can 40x, 50x, 100x, and I share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can do those kind of pumps, those kind of gains, I jump onto the site, I tell the members what the coin is that I'm looking at, what profits I think it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. It means the members see my entire portfolio, they can copy along exactly. What this does is it means the members make the exact same profit as me. Also, what that means is there's no work for the members. They don't have to research the markets, they don't have to read white papers, learn about the chart patterns or new trends. They just copy along. And if that sounds good to you, just head over to copymycrypto.com now. You can pause this video, there's a link in the description. On the site, what you'll see are the things I've said in the past, one of which was I did a whole course about Phantom and why that would 100x when it was less than half a cent. People that took that course ended up making millions because it did nearly 700x gains. When I find a Phantom, what do you think happens? It goes straight onto the website. I buy it and I tell my members about it. If you just want to see what the members have earned as well, that's on the site too. All of it's public record. If you go through the old videos on this channel, you can verify everything that you read. And if you like the idea of it, give the service a try, guys. Right, Casper. So as I said, launched at the worst possible time, right at the end of May, just before, or like midway through May, just around when the news came out that China had banned crypto, which was weird that actually crashed the market again because we'd had that news so many bloody times. Every time it seemed to have the same impact on the market. So it pulled back hugely. And then, in the sort of peak of the second wave, didn't do much. Now, it's worth noting, Casper launched on their mainnet in 2021. It's the first live proof-of-stake blockchain built on the Casper CBC spec. And the platform is designed to boost the adoption of blockchain tech, smart contracts, and dApps on a huge scale, on a global scale. With its future-proof architecture, Casper is designed to ensure the platform is continually developed according to the evolving needs of its users, and that it's maximally accessible to developers of all backgrounds. Based on the official white paper, Casper is optimized to suit both enterprise and developer needs. The mission is to usher in a new era for Web3, as the demand for intuitive, interconnected services continues to grow across the board. It does so by solving the adoption trilemma. We've heard about the trilemma many times. It's about the enterprise-grade scalability, it's about the overall scalability and decentralization as well, all within the same blockchain protocol. Now, the founders of Casper are... Oh, that was weird. Why is that not working? Okay, founders of Casper. I'll have to sort that later. So Casper is introducing a new standard for blockchain energy consumption. As of right now, is 136,000% more energy efficient than Bitcoin. They use the proof-of-stake consensus method, but because of its completely decentralized approach, the network is extremely versatile in all use cases. And they have a future-proof design, which is an upgradable smart contracts and predictable gas fees for all transactions. They have what's called the correct by construction specification, which is allows for the rapid adoption of blockchain services at all enterprise levels. By using the proof of stake consensus, they ensure the scalability of the network and database management solutions. Casper Labs exists to provide enterprise level services. Now, what's key here as well, where's this? So all-time high was 1.36. This is heavily backed, as I said. Hashkey, OKX, Arrington XRP are just three of the names. Oh yeah, and Draper Venture. Medha, there we go. Medha Parlikar is one of the co-founders and the CTO. She started working with tech in the early 80s, building computers in her basement. Since then, spent the past 2 decades delivering production SaaS software for major corporations such as Adobe, Omniture, and Avalara. And Mrinal Manohar is the co-founder and CEO, who has an extensive career as a computer programmer and finance professional. Before founding Casper, was a principal tech, media and telecom head at Sagard Capital, a private equity associate at Bain Capital, and an associate consultant at Bain & Company. He was also personally invested in the sector since 2012 as a seed investor in Ethereum, Blockstack, Basis Maker, Filecoin, and more. Casper has been shouted out by the World Economic Forum. That, by the way, for me is not a huge plus because I'm not a fan of the World Economic Forum. However, these are the most influential people in all of the world. This is one of the most influential groups. They shape economy. They shape government policies. They shape the economies around the world. The amount of youth leaders from the WEF that are now actual prime ministers or presidents in countries is staggering. Like, they are highly influential. Now, Casper got up their grant program, which I'm always pleased to see. Whenever I see a grant program, I think there's a really good chance that we're going to see development and growth. So they've got their Casper Accelerate grant program. So this has been created to support projects and developers building on the Casper mainnet. The dedicated fund is $25 million, which is a good amount. Like, most of the crypto market, the developer funds are ranging from sort of 5 to 10 mil. So they've really, put in a substantial amount of capital to ensure that people come and build. Their case studies in terms of what's been built so far has been quite interesting. They've had Casper Punks. They've had IPWE, which has acquired over 300 clients in less than 4 months by using Casper's blockchain. MetaCask is really quite an interesting one. It's going beyond basic NFT use cases by combining NFT tech with auctions and an NFT marketplace utilizing Casper blockchain. Now, I'm not a huge fan of NFTs, but as of right now, NFTs is where a lot of stuff has happened within Casper. The other one that I'm quite interested in is D-Music. So this is Casper and D-Music plan to build direct interactions between musicians and fans. I think this is a niche that could be capitalized on really damn well. As of right now, I do think the ecosystem is underwhelming. However, I think that is just the current situation. I think this is one that's going to kick on very, very nicely in the coming sort of year. Like I said, with the amount of with the grant program that they have, I think it's going to be very, very easy for them to start capitalizing on growth, and that's kind of a key thing. And also, the fact that they've been shouted out by the WEF and recognized as having very, very good technology is a sign that that could happen again. And in a bull cycle, if that was to happen, I think we see Casper pump hugely. Because while many of us in the world are not fans of many of us in the world are not fans of the WEF, we all know how influential they are. Also, Casper is yet to arrive on Binance. It's yet to arrive on Coinbase. If and when it arrives on those two, we will naturally see a Binance bounce, a Coinbase bounce. And if you add the WEF talking about them, you've got a WEF bounce as well. The Casper mobile wallet is launched as well. And there was a whole article here as well for Casper regarding their sort of recent pumps. So for me, I'm looking at Casper and I'm going, look, I think it's going to be very, very difficult to necessarily pump past its previous high just based on chart formations. However, I think the variables outside of that are what could pump this. And the variables outside of it are, does the WEF give it a shout out? Does it land on Binance or Coinbase? Because there's natural bounces that happen off of that. By the way, if it does land on Binance, I'm sure they would introduce some form of staking for Casper. What happened in 2021 when we saw NKN land on Binance, they then introduced NKN staking, and NKN had about 60x pump off of that. So if something like that was to happen with Casper, I think Casper could rocket up to, a couple of dollars at least. Initial target for me, I think this can hit $1. I'm not sure necessarily it's going to blast past that, but when you add in the other variables, I think it would blast past it. Key thing is obviously, like I say, are those variables going to happen? And is development going to surge? Because right now development's been a bit weak. They need to start pushing and widening that ecosystem. But if they do, I think $1 target is fair. That would put it at a very high market cap of $11.6 billion. But again, if you've got the most influential group in all of the world shouting it out, there's a hell of a shot that this does that. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to do more? Do you think it's going to do less? Because personally, right now, I am underwhelmed with the overall ecosystem. I'd like to see that grow if it's going to do those kind of pumps. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. And guys, if you want to make the exact same profits as me in the next bull cycle, you can do. Head over to copymycrypto.com. There's a link in the description. On the site, you'll see the things I've said in the past about, Phantom, about a DeFi protocol. I was encouraging people to leave because I expected it to crash, and it did, and lost $500 million. Even if it's just that you want to see what the members have earned, everything on the site is public record. You can go through the old videos on this channel. You can verify everything that you see, read, and watch. Copymycrypto.com is where I dive into the markets every day. When I find a coin that I think is a winner, that I think can 40x or 50x or 100x, I buy it. And what that means is I would tell the members what the coin is that I'm buying, what profits it can have, what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along exactly. It means they make the exact same profits as me. When I sell a coin, I'll also tell them when I sell my coin as well, and what percentage of my coins I'm selling. And again, they can copy along. It means they're cashing in at the same time as me as well. So it removes all work for the members and they make the exact same money. If it sounds good to you guys, try the service out. And that's it from me. Take care. Bye-bye.